This is the NFL on EA Sports. We're 10 miles south of downtown LA, as you can look inside SoFi Stadium here in Inglewood. So good to have you with us, Mike Tirico, Greg Olson up here in the booth. And Greg, this is one of those games that we're old school. Maybe if it was in black and white, it would be fitting, right? We got a couple of teams who love to hand it off and see their running backs do it on the ground.
It's just so cool, and you mentioned it, Mike. Maybe 10, 15 years ago, this would have been the norm on any given weekend, but we're seeing the game trend to more of a passing-style offense. If you want to score points, it mostly comes through the air. So for these two kind of throwback offenses that rely so heavily on their running backs, for anybody that loves old-school power football, I think we're in for a treat.
This one taken at the 10. Whoa! And he brings this back all the way to midfield. So the Philadelphia offense set to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by the quarterback now in his 4th NFL campaign.
There's just certain guys, Mike, when they take the field and they step into the huddle, the other 10 players, they just take a little bit of a deeper breath. They're like, man, I'm glad this guy is on our side, and he's certainly one of them. He just brings an element of confidence to everybody else around him, not only in the huddle, but on the sideline, on the defense, the coaching staff. Everyone is better as the result of him being your quarterback.
Out of the gun, here's a run up the gut. And he's not going to get away. They'll knock him back to his own territory. They get him on the other side of midfield.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings him down for a loss.
And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
It's a really important conversion right there, Mike, because you just don't want to go 3 and out on the road, especially on your opening possession of the game. You want to let your offense get some rhythm, establish and unfold some of the game plan you've set up coming in. They're going to have a fresh set of downs here and now say, okay, can we turn this good start of a drive and finish the drive with some points?
Set to go now on 1st and 10. The motion man here is Mitchell. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. That's into traffic, but taken in. That is a gain of 15, halfway there as he's down at the 15.
In order for this play to be successful against man coverage, Mike, 2 things need to happen. 1, the quarterback has to anticipate the break. He has to get that ball out on time, and then the rest is the receiver creating the separation at the top. And when both are accomplished, you can see what the results are.
And not much there. Down to about the 13. Here's a 2nd and 9. They'll stick with him again. And the Eagles are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
The goal of every offense, Mike, is to find a way to establish a balance between the run and the pass. With some success here early on the ground, will open up things as the game unfolds for the quarterback in this passing game.
A run on 1st and goal. And he's going to be stopped just short of the goal line. Couldn't reach that ball across, setting up 2nd and goal. A little closer. Here's 2nd and goal. Now this time they'll look to throw. That one taken in. Touchdown, Eagles. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
Now Cairo Santos to add the point after. He's got it. And the Eagles will take a 7-0 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. From the 6, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Rams offense taking the field for the first time. Leading this offense, their veteran quarterback.
In my opinion, Mike, if they expect to leave here today with a win, they're going to have to be aggressive early and often. They might not connect on all of them, but pushing the ball downfield could open up a lot of opportunities for you to take advantage as this game unfolds.
Here's a first carry for their running back. Nice job finding the seam. Gain of about 9. Just a yard short of that first down. A good spot here. 2nd and a yard. The defense all over this one. They get him behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a couple.
The offense thinks that they can just kind of plow this one up there in the middle and keep the chains moving, but not on this defense. Not only do they not pick up the first down, but after suffering that loss, now they've got some decisions to make on 3rd down.
And that is incomplete.
Remember what they told us, Mike, leading up to this game. They said it is so critical for us to find success, especially on 3rd down. We want to maintain possession, extend these drives. Well, the first crack comes up and they fail through the air, and we're going to have to regroup and be able to have better success throughout the remainder of this game.
Fair catch made here. The drive will start at the 23-yard line. The Eagles offense going to take over now for the 2nd time. They lead 7-0 thanks to the touchdown on the opening drive. So try to double up here as they begin this drive 1st and 10. They'll run. He'll try the left side now. Not much happening there. Just a short gain. Here's 2nd and 9. Now a give up the middle. And despite his best efforts to get away, ultimately he goes down behind the line.
This ball carrier just didn't want to go down. And this defense, they had to throw everything they had at him, Mike. He just kept fighting and fighting. But finally, when they were able to get him on the ground, they were able to do it for a loss.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. He's got his man down the field. It is a big completion. Big-time play for Philly. And even 30 yards.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Now a give on the ground. And that's the way you want to run it on 1st down. A gain of 7. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And he'll be close to a 1st down. A gain of a couple as they mark him just short. Third and a yard. Trying to pick this one up on the ground. They'll bring him down right at the 35, but that is good enough. They pick up the 1st down.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the first down.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10. They'll stay on the ground. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this first quarter. We are through one. It's the Eagles with the early advantage. We're back in Southern California in a moment. Here's a 2nd and 6. Handoff here, up the middle, and he'll get this ahead. Gain of about 4, and it leads to 3rd down. Blitz coming, he'll throw it. Fires quickly, it is complete on the slant.
The most impressive thing about this drive, Mike, has really just been their efficiency. They've just continued to pick up first downs, fresh sets of downs. We just saw there with that 3rd down conversion, continue to possess the ball. These opportunities to come away with points continue to go up.
Throwing now from the gun. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete.
Well, if you're going to target him in the end zone, you better come correct, man, because this guy, he embraces those moments of one-on-one coverage when it matters the most, and I think he just saved 6 by getting his hands on that one.
They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there. And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
Cairo Santos, following the made field goal, back out to kick this one away. On the return, it's Williams. Now an opening past the 30. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. The Rams offense ready for their 2nd possession. And nothing doing from the offense just yet. Down 10-0 as they come up with 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Quick throw, out wide. It's caught.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route, But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
On play act. Oh, they are on him in a flash, and he's lost the football. One of his teammates is there to pick it up.
Now, obviously, there's never a good time to fumble the ball. It's probably the thing that teams stress the most is ball security. But it makes it a little bit easier knowing that your own team was able to fall on top of it, and at least you can maintain possession.
And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. Here comes the Philly offense now as they make their way back onto the field. They've got the 10-0 advantage here early, and they'll see if they can add to it. Beginning on this drive, 1st and 10. Man, finding room at the 35. And he's going to get this to the 37-yard line.
The ability to be effective on 1st down, Mike, it just makes everything else easier. In the event you do have to face a 3rd down the road, they're usually a lot more manageable situations, a lot easier to convert.
Right back to him on 1st down. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. From the shotgun, it's a give up the middle. He gets close to the yellow line. Tackle made at the 46. They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard.
The tackle at the 47-yard line. On gain of a yard, it's now 4th down.
Here comes the Eagles punt team. And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. Rams offense ready for this next possession. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming. Getting started with 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, and a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass he'd say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up 2nd down. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And it'll be taken down up past the 40-yard line. A pickup of 21 on that connection. 1st down, L.A. Putting the tight end in motion. 2 minutes remain here in this 1st half. Greg and I return to SoFi Stadium after a short break. They'll come up here 1st and 10. That's out to the flat, and it's complete. It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. Fine work defensively. That's going to be knocked away and go down as an incomplete.
As this offense continues to put anything together and score some points, they need to just take a step back. Then you say, okay, we've struggled here in the 1st half putting points on the scoreboard. Don't worry about chasing points. Let's chase 1st downs. Let's chase completions. Just start building something small. And oftentimes when you take that approach, it snowballs, and next thing you know, you find your groove. And this offense just cannot get anything going right now on third down. If you ask any offensive play caller throughout the entire league, Mike, the importance of third down, maintaining possession, making the defense stay on the field and have long extended drives, it is critical to not only scoring points, but ultimately winning in the NFL.
The Eagles offense and their running back set to go once more. Their lead is 10. They go back to work, trying to add to it. It begins with first down. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up second down.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call.
Back to the air once more on second down. Throwing downfield, right side, and it's caught. It's a gain there of 26 yards.
You find yourself in these 2-minute drills, Mike. They're pretty critical moments in the game. They go a long way to deciding the outcome, so it makes a lot of sense. You start looking for your top target, and he comes through for him there.
The motion man here is Mitchell. On first and 10, they'll set up to throw. A dive and a catch. Incredible. So the Eagles will use their first timeout here. Clock stops with a little under a minute to go in this second quarter.
And that's what you call being fearless, going over the middle. That's not everybody's cup of tea in this league, Mike. Some guys love to operate outside the numbers, and some guys understand their role is in the middle of the field, and not only to make that catch, but to do it laying out. That's a big-time play to secure that one. Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it, continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath.
And they're going to get to him and take him down, take him back to the other side of midfield. Work to do following the sack. It is third and long. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. And that is incomplete.
He does a fantastic job, Mike, of not only locating the ball in the air, but then attacking it hands on hands. That's exactly something they work on every week in practice. Great job translating those drills into a live game.
He'll take this in back at the 16. And he'll get something there on the return, able to take this back to the 20-yard line. The Rams offense going to take over here in the last minute of this first half. They'll start out first down and 10. He'll look to throw. A throw right side is intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
Well, with this guy might lose a little bit, Mike, as he gets long in the tooth. He certainly makes up for it in experience. You're not going to be able to do a lot of things to trick him on the back end. He reads this play right from the jump, makes a great break on the ball, and if that ball hits his hands more times than not, it's going to be a takeaway.
The Eagles offense going to take over here in the final minute of this first half. They start with the lead and the football. They do so with tremendous field position. It's 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him. Now the Eagles will use the last of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this first half. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Now, faking the give. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
Rough sequence over these last couple plays. 1st down sack, 2nd down big play attempt, falls incomplete. And now to make matters worse, you got to operate in 3rd and long on a defense that knows they can just pin their ears back and try to get after the quarterback. There's only a handful of guys in the league who legitimately have world-class speed, and he's one of them. I mean, he's the type of weapon that you 3 or 4 times a game have to just say, okay, my guy, he's faster than your guy. We're going to send him deep and let it fly. And even though that one falls incomplete, you have to continue to sprinkle that threat in because it makes everything else in your passing game that much easier.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. So we have a 10-point game here at halftime as we send you cross-country to the Sunshine State. That's where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. All yours, Coach.
All right, Mike, thanks very much, and welcoming everyone to our halftime report. These 2 teams leaving the tunnel, and we'll head out with them. It's time to send it back over to Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
All right, Coach. Thank you very much. We welcome you back. It is quarter number 3. Both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. This one taken at the 7. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. The Rams offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this 3rd quarter. They'll do so with 1st and 10. The 3rd quarter begins with a run. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. From out of the gun, he'll throw. Quick throw here is complete. And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short. You don't need much. It is 3rd and inches. Slot man in motion left. On 3rd down, they'll try to get it on the ground. And he'll keep the drive moving. He's got the 1st down up to the 45.
I think everybody in the stadium saw that run coming, Mike, but good luck stopping it. I mean, all he really had to do was just fall forward, and it would be enough to pick up the 1st down.
They'll look to throw. There's a throw right side. It's going to be incomplete.
Timing and trust, critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
That's complete on the tight end screen. You try to use that size to push forward, but it's not going to work. Defense strong up front. They're going to get him down behind the line of scrimmage.
Truth be told, the tight end probably would have been better off dropping that ball, but let's talk about this corner. Not only diagnosing the play, but being physical enough to bring the big tight end down for a loss.
And that is incomplete.
Missed opportunities like these are a big reason why they find themselves down double digits here in the third quarter, Mike. Points on this possession could have gone a long way towards making this game competitive, but instead, poor execution, especially in the passing game, and it's another wasted drive.
And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. The Eagles offense getting ready for their opening possession of this second half. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. Now he'll air one out. That is caught! And he's out of bounds all the way into enemy territory, past midfield. Take a look at his receiving numbers so far. He has been terrific. Over 100 yards in this one. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. From the gun, here's a handoff. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down. Now they'll set up to throw. They're trying to set up the screen, but that is going to fall incomplete.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
It's pretty remarkable at this stage, Mike, that they're even winning this game. I mean, anytime a quarterback is completing less than 50% of his throws, you just don't see that very often, and it just seems like time and time again, this quarterback and his intended targets, they're just not on the same page.
Oh, not the greatest punt there. This is going to hit and go out of bounds. Here come the Rams as their offense trots back onto the field. They'll need to get something positive going right away here. Ball starts inside their own 1-yard line. From his own end zone, and that pressure too great. He's going to be sacked in the end zone, and that is a safety. So instead of playing safe, the defense brings the heat, bring the quarterback down, and they'll walk off the field with 2 points.
In this situation, Mike, as an offense, you have to be prepared for the blitz. You know the defense smells blood. They want to come get you in the end zone and get 2 points, and that's exactly what they were able to do.
So after that safety, it is a free kick, and that comes from the 20.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
Up the middle they go. And that'll be a pickup of 3. They face 2nd down and 7. They'll turn and hand this one off. And that one is closed down in the backfield. What a defensive play. Knifing in, dropping him for the loss.
This is what every defense in the league is shooting for, Mike. Negative plays. That's how you kill drives. Force teams to play from behind the sticks. Great job here, taking them down for a loss.
On third down, they'll throw from the gun. And that is incomplete.
Great pass rushers live for third down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation, and for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack.
Oh, but he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. The home team's offense ready to take over once more. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. Back to throw. Quick throw, taken in. And they're going to mark him down up past the 35.
And this is where the speed of your inside receivers are so critical. He lines up in the right slot. But Mike, look how far he covers to where he ended up receiving that ball. You can't have all day. Those defensive linemen, they are coming after your quarterback. So the speed in the slot is critical. That's a great example why.
So, from the 36, it is 1st and 10. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. They need 8 as they come up for 3rd down. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
What a luxury. There's certain teams, when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of his damage after the catch.
First and 10. They'll look to throw yet again. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on 1st down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the 1st down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down? At this level, you just would expect a little bit better execution and accuracy on those intermediate throws. I think he had an opportunity there for a nice pickup. Off target, off rhythm, and ends up getting away from it.
A gain of 16 on that pass play. Good for a Rams 1st down.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room and the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
To the end zone there, but it is incomplete.
That's one he'd love to have back. An opportunity to score 6 was right there for the taking. Just wasn't quite meant to be.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. And he might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a 3rd down. They'll throw out of the gun. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him.
And that's a big-time play. It felt like they really needed it, Mike. That was a drive where the offense seemed to be in complete control. Anytime on the defense where you find yourself on your heels, you're giving up big plays, you're giving up fresh set of downs, you need a spark. You need something to change the momentum of the drive, and we'll see if that was it right there. And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This will be returned from the 6. Past midfield. Inside the 20. And he will dive into the end zone. 94 yards. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Greg, it is a beautiful thing to watch. 11 come together. We always focus on the return man, but the entire special teams unit paves the way for that score.
And all week, Mike, when you talk to this group, the coaches thought they had an advantage in the return game, and I think we can see why. They felt their scheme and their blockers was a great matchup against this kickoff unit, and in this case, it's very easy to see why.
Their head coach, 2 fingers in the air. They'll say no to the extra point and go for 2. Blown back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. Trying to push the pile forward. He didn't even get to the 1-yard line. They stopped him short. No gain. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. From the 6, here comes a return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The home team's offense starting to trot out for this next possession. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast. And right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
Can he get away? No! He's going to be taken down behind the line.
Just a little too much east and west there for my liking. I understand what they're trying to do, getting the ball out on the perimeter, but on these early downs, plant your foot and get downhill. Great job by the defense stringing it out, and they're able to force him down for a loss.
Blitz coming. He'll throw it. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete.
Just seems like another case of predetermining where the quarterback is going to go with the ball. He had a lot of good route options on that last concept. I think if he just remains a little bit more patient, read the play out, let it unfold, will lead to some easier and better completions. Pretty unforgettable performance so far in the first half, Mike, and they're going to try to figure this out here in the second half and try to gain some momentum, figure out what's going to work, where are our matchups, and let's go try to put a drive together and get some points, because so far this has been a struggle, and they just cannot get anything going through the air.
Fair catch is called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. The visitors' offense and their wide receiver getting ready to get back to work. Here's 1st and 10. This drive will start on the ground, and a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. So, 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL. on EA Sports. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Out of the gun, here's a run up the gut. And nothing on that one. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
The big guys in the middle of the defense, Mike, the defensive tackles. So often they're asked to do the dirty work. Keep the blockers off the linebackers. Let them run around and make all the plays. But in this case, this guy's able to shed his blocker, make the stop, and keep it to no gain.
3rd and 5. Throwing now from the gun. And that is incomplete.
And this game almost just flipped completely on his head. You find yourself with a lead, just trying to milk the clock away in the 4th quarter, and that's a gift. And that defender just flat out drops the ball, and if he's able to secure that takeaway, this game looks very different for this offense.
Now, fair catch, and he'll take it at about the 24-yard line. The home team's offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They need to start making some inroads here. Down 2 scores as they begin this drive with 1st down. This is intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
So all game, we've seen him take the approach as just being a game manager. But one thing you have to do if that's the case is you have to protect the ball. You can't turn the ball over, especially if you're struggling to push the ball downfield. He got a little reckless that time, and the defense made him pay.
The visitors' offense ready to see what they can do. They'll start really in field goal territory already, but they're looking for more. Offense got it 1st and 10. 3 tight ends in the game to start the drive. They'll run it on the inside handoff. And he does not want to go down. Somehow he turned that into a gain of 6. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. They'll stick with him again. Good running there. He's got the 1st down inside the 30.
And all you can do at this point, Mike, is just really marvel at how well he's been able to run the ball. And throughout the course of the game, they've certainly not been shy in giving it to him, and I think he's held up his side of the bargain.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. A handoff as they try to run it here. Finding space at the 15. And he'll be taken down.
2-possession lead, 4th quarter. This is the time, Mike, when you really can rely heavily on your run game. Everybody in the stadium knows you're going to run it, including the defense. They just can't come up with an answer to stopping.
Space getting tight here, down to the 13-yard line. They work 1st and 10. Yeah! And he will wiggle his way forward for a gain of a couple. Second down and 8. He'll pop this ahead for about 4, but it will set up 3rd down. He's got it at the 3. And they'll stop him just short of the goal line, but they are going to have enough to convert. It's going to be 1st and goal.
At this point in the game, Mike, it really starts coming down to the number of possessions. So that's a huge 1st down conversion, fresh set of downs. Now, the balance is stay aggressive and maintain the ball, but also start working this clock.
They'll try to run this one in. A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's 2nd down. Now, this looks like a design run, and he will not get to the goal line. In fact, he may have come back a little bit, and now it is 3rd and goal. They'll run. And he'll just get up inside those big bodies up front, and he's in. Touchdown, Philadelphia. So on 3rd and goal, they run it in. Sometimes, Greg, that's 4-down territory. They didn't need to do it on 4th down, taking care of it on the 3rd down for the touchdown.
Yeah, and when you find yourself down here this close, Mike, you have to finish these drives off. I'm with you. I think he was going to give his back 2 shots there to punch it in, but he only needed 1.
Extra point try forthcoming. He's got it. And the Eagles will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter.
Cairo Santos set to kick off.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This will be returned from the 6. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The home team's offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And this defense has really had their way so far, intercepting him twice, forced into a number of bad throws, and generally the D has just made it tough to operate all game long. They'll break the huddle, coming up now for 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. Nowhere to get away, and he's going to go down. Toward the middle of the field that time, but incomplete.
Really just been a combination of errors here on this drive. I mean, the sack on 1st down put him in a bad spot. Then the incompletion there trying to gain it back on 2nd, and now they find themselves in a critical 3rd down here, or they're facing a 3 and out.
That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down.
Can't exactly put my finger on it, but it just seems like this entire game, like this passing game and this quarterback specifically, they've just been off. And whether it's missing these big shots downfield like he did there or just simple underneath layups, there's just something about him today that doesn't look right. And I think it's a big part of the reason they find themselves trailing here in the 4th quarter.
The Eagles offense headed back to take over once more. This one appears to be safe in hand. It has been a clinical performance to this point. Now they'll try to finish up strong. Not a whole lot there as he'll get to midfield, and that's all. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. That not a welcome development here late in a one-sided game. Here's 2nd and 9. Now a give on the ground, and he's bottled up after a gain of a yard. We're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. And that is incomplete.
He decides to go with the safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
Here comes the Eagles punt team. This will be returnable from his own 15. And that's a nice job of making things more manageable for this offense as he takes it back beyond the 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That's thrown right side, but incomplete.
There was no hesitation from the quarterback. From the jump, he knew where he wanted to go with that ball, but still leads to an incompletion. They're just still not quite on the same page.
And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. Now the Rams going to use the first of their timeouts, and they'll stop with 28 seconds to go in the game.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
That is incomplete. And here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down.
If you want to be a top-notch NFL DB, of course, yes, the athleticism is a given, but it's really, you have to be instinctive. The instincts are what allow you to maximize those physical skills, and you saw him on full display right here.
And for a 3rd time today, he's intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
And that should be the final dagger in this one. I mean, barring something dramatic happening here, Mike, I just don't think there's enough time or possessions left in this game to pull off any sort of comeback.
Victory formation, defense powerless to stop. And that should just about do it. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. So long, everybody.
Get your hand off my penis!